Toyota's CEO just announced 7 new models, and every single one is dividing the automotive community. If you've been watching Toyota play it safe for years with predictable vehicles, these announcements are going to shock you because some of these models are so controversial they might either pay off big or fail spectacularly. While most automakers stick to safe redesigns, Toyota is simultaneously reviving legendary sports cars, launching pickups into crowded segments, and building a supercar that could repeat past mistakes, creating a lineup that has enthusiasts fiercely divided over whether this is genius or reckless. Number 7. Toyota Stout. Toyota is jumping into the compact pickup battle with the Stout, and the timing couldn't be more interesting. The Maverick and Santa Cruz already own the segment, building loyal customer bases over the past few years. Now Toyota wants in, but the question is whether there's actually room for another player. The Stout will feature a significantly longer wheelbase compared to both rivals. Anyone who's tried fitting 3 adults in a Maverick's back seat knows the struggle. Knees pressed against front seats, shoulders squeezed together. That extended wheelbase translates to genuinely comfortable second-row space and a cargo bed that actually fits your gear without playing Tetris. Toyota is also equipping the Stout with its latest hybrid powertrain, targeting fuel economy figures that will save owners hundreds monthly at the pump. But here's the controversy. Ford and Hyundai got here first and spent years building loyalty. The Maverick has waiting lists and a reputation for incredible value. So, what exactly will convince buyers to wait for the Stout instead? Pricing becomes critical. The wheelbase advantage and hybrid efficiency are solid selling points, but whether they're enough to overcome established competition remains the big question mark. But if you think the Stout's approach is controversial, wait until you see Toyota's next pickup, one that completely rejects everything modern trucks have become. Number 6. Toyota Hilux Champ. The Hilux Champ is coming to North America with configurability that nothing else can match. This isn't your typical modern pickup. It rides on a traditional body-on-frame chassis, offers massive cargo beds, and delivers serious payload capacity. Walk into any dealership today and every truck comes pre-configured. Crew cab, short bed, loaded with features you don't need. If you actually need a work truck with a longer bed or flatbed configuration, you're stuck with expensive aftermarket conversions. That's the problem the Hilux Champ solves. This truck can be configured in ways American buyers haven't seen in decades. Flatbed, extended cargo, stripped-down workhorse focused purely on hauling capability. But here's the controversial part. The Hilux Champ is missing features that North American buyers consider absolutely essential. Engine options won't impress, and comfort features are either optional or completely absent. We're talking about function over form to an extreme degree. For some, that's perfect. For others, the lack of creature comforts could be a complete deal-breaker. Toyota is betting there's a market for ultimate utility, but gambling that enough buyers will sacrifice refinement for capability. So, the Hilux Champ strips things to basics, but Toyota's next model takes the opposite approach, bringing back a legendary nameplate with performance that will cost you dearly. Number 5. Toyota Celica. The nameplate that defined an entire generation is returning, and Toyota isn't playing it safe. The new Celica is coming back as a pure enthusiast machine. Turbocharged 4-cylinder, manual transmission, and 4-wheel drive. Even better, we're talking about 400 horsepower, putting the Celica in legitimate sports car territory. Toyota isn't watering it down or turning it into a crossover. They're building a proper driver's car with all the ingredients that made the original legendary. Here's the controversy. Pricing could make or break this revival. The GR Corolla already starts well into the $40,000 range. If the Celica follows that philosophy with its more powerful engine, we could be looking at a price many buyers won't accept for a 4-cylinder Toyota, no matter how good it is. The enthusiast community will celebrate the engineering, but will they open their wallets? Toyota has a history of building phenomenal sports cars that struggle commercially because they price themselves out of their natural market, and at least the Celica will make it to American showrooms, which is still unclear for the next vehicle. Number 4. Toyota Land Cruiser FJ. Toyota just added a new Land Cruiser that looks absolutely perfect for American buyers, and that's what makes this so frustrating. The Land Cruiser FJ brings a boxy, ultra-rugged design that screams classic off-road capability. It's the kind of vehicle that would fly off dealer lots in states where four-wheeling is a way of life. Everything about the FJ's design suggests it was built for North America. The styling, capabilities, and size all seem perfectly calibrated for buyers wanting a smaller alternative to the standard Land Cruiser. But here's the heartbreak. All indications point to the Land Cruiser FJ remaining exclusive to international markets. This is driving enthusiasts absolutely crazy. Toyota is building exactly what American off-road fans are begging for, then not selling it here. The decision makes zero sense when Ford and Jeep are cleaning up in the rugged SUV segment. Whatever the reason Toyota is leaving money on the table and disappointing a ready-made customer base. But while Toyota keeps the FJ away, they're bringing back another classic that faces a completely different controversy. Number 3. Toyota MR2. Another legend is coming back, the mid-engine sports car that defined affordable performance in the 90s. The new MR2 is bringing that classic mid-engine layout back, powered by a modern 2.0-liter turbocharged four-cylinder. Toyota is committed to keeping this affordable by sports car standards. Here's what makes mid-engine special: the sensation of a car rotating perfectly through corners because the engine sits right behind you. Every input goes exactly where you intend. No waiting for the front end to catch up. That's what this configuration delivers. The controversy isn't about the MR2 itself, it's about whether Toyota is spreading itself too thin across too many sports car projects. Count them up: GR86, Corolla GR, Celica, and now MR2. Is the market big enough to support this many Toyota sports cars simultaneously, or is Toyota setting itself up for 5 struggling models instead of 2 successful ones? And if you think 4 or 5 sports cars sounds excessive, Toyota's next announcement makes all of them look affordable by comparison. Number 2. Toyota GRGT. Toyota just pulled the covers off a legitimate hypercar. The GRGT looks absolutely stunning, packs cutting-edge technology, and promises performance figures that will embarrass cars costing twice as much. This is Toyota proving they can compete directly against European exotics. The styling makes a statement. It's a fully realized supercar that belongs in the same conversation as McLarens and Ferraris. But enthusiasm crashes into reality when we talk pricing. This GRGT will cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, putting it in territory where Toyota has historically struggled. Remember the LFA? That car is now considered one of the greatest supercars ever built. But when it was new, it sat unsold because buyers at that price point wanted Italian badges, not badges from the company making Corollas. The GRGT could easily follow the same path, building an incredible machine that earns acclaim but fails to find enough buyers willing to spend supercar money on a Toyota. So Toyota's building a supercar that might be too expensive to succeed, but the most controversial announcement involves their cheapest car. Number 1. Next generation Toyota Corolla. The world's most popular car is getting a complete overhaul. The next generation Corolla is bringing substantial improvements, dramatically better styling, a genuinely upscale interior, and Toyota's latest safety technology. Every measurable aspect is taking a significant step forward. For buyers who prioritize reliability, efficiency, and low ownership costs, these improvements make the new Corolla even more compelling. The upgraded interior means you'll enjoy your commute. Enhanced safety provides peace of mind. Better styling means you won't feel like you're driving the most boring car around. Here's what's dividing opinion. Toyota has made zero effort to transform the Corolla into an engaging driver's car. Honda Civic delivers fun handling. The Mazda 3 feels special. The new Corolla will remain what it's always been: competent, comfortable, and completely uninspiring to drive. But here's the twist. That boring character might be exactly why the Corolla dominates global sales. Think about what most buyers actually do. Sit in traffic, run errands, commute. They don't want their car to demand attention. They want it to just work, day after day. The Corolla's refusal to chase driving dynamics is arguably its greatest strength. Toyota is betting most Corolla buyers will choose predictability over excitement every single time. So, there you have it. 7 models that capture Toyota's split personality. They're taking massive risks with expensive sports cars that might repeat past failures, while playing it safe with the Corolla and entering crowded segments where success isn't guaranteed. Some will succeed because they're giving enthusiasts exactly what they want, while others might fail because Toyota either priced them too high, kept them out of key markets, or launched too many similar products at once. The real question is whether being everything to everyone will pay off, or if Toyota's about to learn that trying to satisfy every buyer means satisfying none of them completely. But that's the reality of today's market, where every automaker is making moves that divide the crowd. If you thought Toyota would be the only one, make sure to check out our next video about the Ford CEO releasing controversial models. The Blue Oval Company is bringing brand new models, and not all loyal fans are delighted.